Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. I have Simba with me today. Hi Simba. And in today's video we are doing something super unique. We're making a Swedish braid wreath. That's right. Now we need two main things for this wreath, and that is a straw wreath base and then some burlap. Without further ado, let's get started on this beautiful, simple, and unique wreath. Here are the supplies I'm going to use for this wreath. Of course, I'm going to use some burlap. Now you can either use a burlap like this, which I got at Hobby Lobby, and it is 18 inches in width and 15 feet, that's 5 yards in length. Or what you could do is you could get a burlap on a roll that's anywhere from 4 to 6 inches to make the little squares. For the wreath base, I'm going to be using this straw wreath base, and this one is 10 inches in diameter. For ribbon, I'm going to be using this burlap ribbon that's 2.5 inches by 2 yards. Then some really pretty blue ribbon that is wired on the edges, and this one is 1.5 inch by 6 feet. And also I have this really elegant and decorative white little ribbon that I do want to add on top of that blue ribbon. I will also be using some floral pins, and these are just little pins that I'm going to use to attach the pieces of burlap to my straw wreath form. Last but not least, I am going to use this beautiful pick that, believe it or not, I did get at the Dollar Tree, and it has some blueberries with greenery. I think it will go really nice with the blue ribbon that I'm going to add. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my burlap ribbon and I'm going to wrap it all around our wreath base. That way we hide this straw look, and if there's anything peeking through our little braid, it's going to look like burlap and going to blend in beautifully. So I'm just going to pin it in with one of our floral pins, and off I go, wrapping it all the way around. When I'm done going all the way around, I'm going to remove this, overlap it a little bit, and then lock it in place with our floral pin. Now that our base is ready, we're going to get started on the burlap. Our burlap is 18 inches in width, so that's going to give me 4.5 inch squares, so I can use up the full length of my burlap. You can make your squares anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, and the ones that are 5-6 inches are better for the bigger wreaths. Our wreath is a little on the smaller side at 10 inches, so 4.5 inches is going to be just fine. The first thing I do when I get started on these is straighten out our edge, and I've already done that, so I'm going to go to 4.5 inches on our cutting mat, straighten it out, and I can see my little 4-inch square on the inside. When you're cutting, you want to go down a line. I do try to go in between two lines all the way from the bottom to the top. Now that I have my strip, I just put it against my cutting mat and I know exactly where the center is. And then I'm going to go ahead and find the center one more time and cut down the middle. And now I have nice and even 4.5 inch strips. Now I'm going to continue cutting until I have 40 to 50 little squares to start with. We have our stack of burlap squares, and now it's time to put everything together. I'm going to have my square corner to corner. This is going to be our center. So we're going to take this little side and bring it down, and then this little side and bring it down. And at this point you can decide how pointy you want this. Some people like it really pointy. Others like it to look like a little bit like a tulip. And that is what I like to do. Now that I have my little braid, I'm just going to lay it against the inside row. Grab my little floral pick and attach it just like this. Let's make our next one corner to corner and then bring those sides in. And as I said, I like it to have a nice opening here to look like a tulip. So now this end right here is going to cover that pin, and I'm going to grab the next one and I'm going to make sure that those sides are being attached. Look at this, you guys, we're starting to get that braid. Corner to corner, and then we're going to bring the sides in, and our pin is going right on each of the sides like this. Let's put it on the wreath and attach our pin. I'm down to my last one in this inside row, and I'm just tucking it in, making sure that the little pin is covered, and this is going to be nicely fitted, and pin that in place. My inside row is done. Now I'm going to move out just a little bit, and let's start this next row going. This next row, I'm kind of weaving in just a little bit on the inside in between these two. And my goal is to have 4 rows all together. So I'm going to have another one right here and then on the outside. So I am making sure that I'm hitting the center of the actual wreath base with my edges. I'm putting in the last one in this second row. There you go. Anything that's fraying, because we are dealing with burlap, let's be real, I just very gently cut it off. I try not to pull. Nice and neat. We have row 1, 2, and then 3. And now I'm ready to do the outside row. That will be my last row. So making my little braid and just attaching it. And off I go with my last row. The base of this wreath is all done. Now you can decide if you just want to display it like this, maybe put a little ribbon on top, whatever you want to do. But I am going to spruce it up with a little bit of these berries and a bow. But before I do that, I want to do a hanging loop. I'm going to just make my way in between those little braids. I have a jute cord making a little knot, and we're going to have our hanging loop. We have our hanging loop, and right there is where I want the bow to be. Let me remove that tag. Going to use a floral pin to pin my pick in place. That is nice and stable. Now I'm going to really bend this part and pin it on the other side. I'm not going to mind if any of this greenery shows as long as it sways nicely. Now let's make the bow. I'm going to start by measuring a tail, and I always like to do longer tails because when your wreath is done, then you can see how short you want it. But if you make it too short, there's no going back on that. So just make a nice generous tail. And then what I'm going to do with my one hand right in the center, I'm going to do a loop going towards the back, and then the next loop is going to go towards the front. And there you have a simple bow. I like that size. Clamp it in place. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing with the white ribbon. I have the tail right here. This is the center of my bow. One loop is going to go on top, the other one in the back, or vice versa. Going to bring it all together. For the center, I'm going to use burlap to kind of bring this whole thing together. So I'm going to measure going around my wreath base, and make sure you have quite a bit of slack because we need to tie it around and then tie a knot in the back. So there you go. I have the piece of jute cord measured. Find my center, Squeeze this bow together. I'm going to tie it once in the back just to kind of hold it together first. Then I'm going to go around a few times so it has like a thicker center, and then tie it in the back one more time. Put it right where I need it to go. The burlap is just going to blend in. Tie it in the back. Now that we have that taken care of, that's when I'm going to play with my bow and see how long I want my little tails to be. Going to do just a little horizontal cut. These white ones are kind of curling, and I really like that. I'm just going to let them curl. You can definitely just cut them on a slant, but I like the fact that they're curling and just they're so pretty and elegant. Play around until you like the way everything looks. I think it came out so super adorable, and these berries are super cute too. And that is it for this unique and fun wreath. In the comments below, let me know if you're going to give it a try, or if not, just say hello to me, or if you've ever made one of these. This was definitely a fun one. I hope you enjoyed this wreath tutorial. Thank you so much for being with me for more wreath tutorials like this. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and hit the little bell so you are notified every time I post a video. For now, Simba and I are going to say thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys. Simba, say bye. Bye. Say bye. That's right. Bye guys.